So I mean, first of all, I'll say I love the local food. I mean, there was not any of it that I tasted that I did not like. I mean, there's really good stuff out there. Some of the stuff they eat a lot of is bananas. They grow a lot of bananas out there. And I'm not talking like the bananas we have here. I'm talking like half size, but so sweet and so delicious. I mean, coming out, the bananas out here is like eating chalk. I mean, dry and tasteless compared to those things. So they're small. They have, I mean, there are 20, 30 varieties of bananas out there. You have like your Uchin Manila, which is like a kind of a wider variety. You have Uchin Yap, which is like a more orange variety. You have Karach, which is almost like a potato. I mean, it's big, and you pull it, the skin is really thick, and it's more orange as well. A little more creamy of a banana. I don't even know how to describe it, but they're really good. The bananas, they're really good. They'll eat them fresh. They'll eat them fried. They'll eat them, they'll boil them, which kind of defeats the purpose for me because it takes all the taste out of it and just turns it super dry, but you can store it longer that way. So the bananas are delicious. They eat a lot of rice. They don't grow rice there. It's imported to the country, but they love rice. Eat a lot of rice. Eat rice with every meal. Love it. They eat, when they can, they love like Spam and corned beef, because when World War II went through there, I mean, that was what they were given when the island food wasn't enough. Like after the Japanese went through and the Americans went through, and then they kind of got a taste for Spam and corned beef there, and I love it. Like, Spam is awesome. More local food is like a breadfruit. So breadfruit's about the size of a football, and I mean they can get bigger or smaller, but about the size of a football. It's green, and it's kind of a pimply skin on it. You can't eat it raw. It's inedible raw. Ugh, gross. Like, you wouldn't want to touch that stuff raw. But what they do is they'll bake it in an underground oven. So they'll light a fire, they'll heat up a bunch of rocks, they'll dig a shallow pit, and they'll line it with banana leaves. And then banana leaves are huge. Like, you're good to line with banana leaves. They'll put the rocks in there, they'll put more banana leaves down, then they'll put all the breadfruit in there. More banana leaves, more rocks, more banana leaves. Cover it. And then they'll leave it in there for half a day or so. And then when they pull it out, then it's really hard to describe the texture of these things. It's kind of like a baked potato. More moist than a baked potato. I mean, more moist, a little more chewy, not quite as starchy as a baked potato, but almost tasteless after they've oomed it like that. So they'll put like coconut milk on it, and that's the best. Like, with the coconut milk, or sometimes they'll slice it into wedges and fry it. But they eat a lot of breadfruit out there. They eat everything from the sea. Everything that comes out of the ocean, I mean, you're gonna eat it. It's great. I had octopus, I had shellfish, I had shark. Shark was delicious. They have what's called sashimi out there, which, when you think of sushi here, that's when you think raw fish. Well, sushi is like a piece of raw fish inside of a rice roll. Sashimi is like, pull the fish out of the water, wipe off the scales, eat it. Like, cut slices into it. That's what they do. They have the fish on a plate, which will be freshly fished that day, and they'll cut some slices into it, and cut a couple slices this way, and then you'll just pull it right off the fish and eat it, and it's the best thing. I mean, it's delicious. And when they have limes out there that grow. They're quite a bit smaller. They're circular, about that big, but they'll put some lime on it, or they'll put like these ultra hot little peppers on there. They're called sela. They'll put those on it, and that is delicious. Like, that's my food of choice right there. Give me some sashimi that's been sitting in sela for a little while, but that is excellent. They eat a lot of chicken. They love chicken. They eat dog. I had dog out there. Dog was delicious, by the way. It was like a roast beef kind of. My family's horrified that I even say that. I mean, because we have a dog and we love our dog. My little sister, she came up to me as soon as I was home, and she said, "You're not gonna eat Lexi, are you?" Lexi's our dog. So yeah, dog was delicious though. I thoroughly enjoyed eating dog. They have another dish out there where they take breadfruit and they mash it up until it's just all mashed up, about the consistency of really thick baby food, I guess, almost gooey. But they'll put it in like a bucket or some other container, and they'll bury it. And I'm talking like for months. Like it's just sitting down there, and there's something going on because when they pull it out, that stuff is nasty. That's probably the only food I didn't like. I'll amend my earlier statement. That's the only food I didn't like was this stuff they had buried for months. They'll pull it out and they'll eat it. I guess the sour rancidness of it, really, they liked it. I don't know, but they ate a lot of that. Top ramen, a lot of ramen as well. I mean, if it's cheap and they can buy it, like, they love it. But I really like the food out there. The food is delicious.